Hi, everybody. I'm James,
And I'm Grace,
and
and
welcome
welcome
to
to
the
the
James
James
and
and
Grace
Grace
Show.
Show.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and
Leave us a comment if you like.
yes, all right. Today's is called Who Raised You? Yeah, Who Raised You? Well, I was fortunate enough to have my mom and my father there when I was growing up. So my mom and my father raised me. It's not taken away from the single mothers out here, but my mom and my pops raised me, and it was a lot of stuff that I don't think I would be raised right if my father wasn't around, or my mother, So they both had to be there, you know, like like whenever we had company over, we had to go in our rooms or go to the basement and play. So all our cousins would come over. All of us would have to get out of the front so that nobody's up there listening to the parents when they talk, when they joking and laughing and stuff. So that was good. They didn't allow us sitting up there in their face while they were talking. And you couldn't come and put your input in, especially when they were talking to someone else. Yeah, when they were talking to other people, like talking to my aunt, my uncles, or something like that, we couldn't interject in it. We couldn't interject, so because we were little, and they just told, hey, get out of here and go in your rooms and play. Go in there and play. But and that was good to keep not have us be exposed to adult stuff, too early. That was cool, and my father, my mother would tell us, "I'm gonna tell your dad," and we would be scared. We'd be terrified, Even though sometimes she didn't even tell him, But she used to tell us, "Hey, I'm gonna tell your dad on you," and we straighten up. We straighten up. But sometimes with my mother, she would tell us to do something, and we would be like, Sometimes we would just blow it over. But she would tell us she's going to tell my father that was the killing deal right there. We would be trying to straighten up and everything, trying to clean up. And then again, we were latchkey kids. Latchkey kids, like when uh, when my mother and them went to work, we had to virtually raise ourselves. We had to take care of ourselves for a couple of hours in the house. At least 4 hours, maybe. We were in the house by ourselves. We had keys. We had keys on a little chain on our neck, and we could let ourselves in when we get from school. Let ourselves in, and we'd have to clean up. It'll be a note on the refrigerator telling us what we had to do. We had to clean up. Somebody washed the dishes. Somebody had to sweep the floor. We had to do our homework, and then we can look at TV. And that taught us how to follow instructions. You know, yeah. Grace, how did you grew up with your mother and father, right?
Yes.
Yeah, what
And
they?
yes, my both parents they raised us. Of course, they went to the grocery or the market stuff like that. So they tell me what the stuff that I did, like washing dishes, like that,
Yep.
wash clothes, sweeping the floor, but they don't write up because or they
Right.
don't note, but because I know what I did.
All right.
Yes.
Yes. Yep. That's the same way, but
Uh
except
huh.
they would write us notes.
Oh,
They
they
would-
don't write.
Yeah,
They don't.
they used to write notes and put it on the refrigerator.
Oh.
Put notes up on the refrigerator.
Mm.
So as soon as we come in, they know we're going to go to the refrigerator.
Oh.
You know we're going to go to the
Oh,
refrigerator.
my both
So
parents they don't do like that. They
mhm.
just tell us what we did, like wash those dishes like that, sweep on the floor.
Hmm.
Yes, cook rice, stuff like that.
Yep.
Mm.
But what about like, did they not let you come and get in? Like when they had company, your mother and father had company come over.
Mm-hmm.
Did they allow you to come up there in the front with
No,
them?
of course no.
Yeah.
It's embarrassed.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Because my mother, they was deaf on that. They didn't want you to be up there when adults were talking. They want you to be in your room somewhere. Go to your room, go play, go outside and play, or go down to the basement and play. That was their thing, you know.
If they still have visitors, of course they tell us quiet,
Yeah.
like that. Mm.
Yep. And my father was well, I used to think my father was mean. I used to think he was real mean, but now that now as I grew, I started understanding him more. You know, understanding that he was trying to raise us right. You know, so maybe he'd tell her, get out of here, get in there and clean up or do something like that. And one time, I remember one time my father sent me to go get him a beer, a can of beer. He said, "Go get me a can of beer." So I didn't want to get it. So I started walking to the kitchen. I was a little boy then, little boy, you know. He said, "Don't shake it up. Do not shake it up, because you know a can of beer, if you shake it up, it's gonna, psh, you know." But so I shook it up, just to, I don't know, man. I just shook it up. When I came back, and I don't know how he saw it or how did he know I shook it up. And I gave it, handed it to him, and I was getting ready to walk away. He said, "Come here, come here, come here." He opened it right in my face.
Of course he knew because when he opened, bubble up.
Yeah,
It's bubble
no,
up.
he just opened it right in my face, and it sprayed in my face. So I knew not to do that no more, not to do it again, you know. So it's crazy, but it didn't affect me at all. Like, and then when we was in school, like some people had problems learning, like trying to learn in school and stuff like that, and they put them in a special class. But I was in regular class. Me and all my siblings were in regular classes, you know. But I had a couple of friends who were in I forget what you call it class, but it's a learning class, you know. They couldn't learn, but they didn't coin ADD as a ailment. Yeah, they didn't have that back then, you know, when I was growing up. So it was either they called them dumb or they're stupid or something like that. Or they just was hyper. That's the only thing they had, hyperactive, you know. And you know what? Half the people that was in those classes turned out fine. They turned out fine. They grew out of whatever they were going through, you know. So I don't know, all these ADD and stuff like that, all these learning things, it wasn't a name for it then. But half of them, after they got treated like regular kids, that they treat them like regular kids. They didn't try to treat them like they were something, like they had a mental problem or anything like that. They didn't try to teach them like that. They treated them like they were regular kids, and they developed as regular kids. So I don't know, but after us being left alone in the house, you know, we raised ourselves. My big sister wasn't older than me, you know. Yeah, she was older than me, but just by a year, you know. my sister, both of us were developing at the same time, And my little sister, we came in, we did what we had to do and everything was just fine. And no problem. Nobody set nothing on fire or nothing like that because we were taught not to do that. We were taught not to do stuff like that, not to set fires. To see, they told us about fire, like when we would strike a match or something when we was little. My mother told me, she said, "Don't do that," And she struck a match, blew it out, and then touched my hand with the match. She blew it out and then touched my hand, and and she said, "Now see that it'll burn you. You see, do not touch that." And I didn't touch matches no more. You know, I didn't touch nothing like that. You know, well, but I grew up, and all of us grew up well. If we didn't like now, if you tried to do that nowadays, the kids probably would say, "Oh, we're being neglected" or something like that. It's not neglecting. It's teaching. Sometimes it's teaching by example. You know, letting you experience something. Letting you experience, like if something is hot, they tell you hot, and they let you go ahead and touch. Like if they tell you this bowl is hot, and you keep reaching for it, they will let you touch it. And then if you snatch your hand, and they say, "See, it's hot. It's hot." Yep. Yep. But I don't regret nothing. I don't regret being raised the way I was raised at all. I was fortunate enough to come up right before cell phones, right before computers and everything. So I got the experience of not having all of that stuff, not having cell phones, not having computers, not having all of this technology, Wi-Fi, all of this stuff, nothing. And we got along just fine. We went outside and played and stuff like that and everything. We didn't have video games either. That wasn't made up yet. But as time progressed, like when I got about 8 years old, then video games were invented. Like Space Invaders. Space Invaders was created. After Space Invaders, everything took off. They kept Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, all of that. That all came out. Yeah. Well, hopefully I can raise little June to be respectable and to be respectable and just be a normal kid. So, all right, you guys. That's it. You got anything else you want to say?
No.
No, all right. Make sure you like, subscribe, and
Leave us a comment if you like.
yes, hit that bell notification. Hit that bell notification so that you know every time we drop another video. And share. Share our videos with everyone. Share them with your family. Share them with your friends. Share with your loved ones. And even share with your enemies. Peace. Adios. Come on, little Joe. Salamit. Salamit. All right.
Salamat.
my god.